Just to start off, was there anything in particular motivating you to decide that the time was right to write a memoir such as this?
No, I just sort of, it was just sort of a fun thing to do. Sort of, no, I can imagine I could have done it. I always need money. It's a mixture of all those things. I couldn't be. I've written like a third novel, but I've never sort of submitted or anything. I just decided I didn't want to do writing ever again. But so then I just and I figured it wouldn't be that hard to do really, because I could just think about it like as 15 sort of 4,000-word essays or something like that. Just do it in little bits. It'd be quite easy for me to do. And so that's sort of why I ended up doing it, and just tried to make it amusing, funny, and also sort of, just be very upfront about it all, which a lot of musical biographies aren't very upfront.
Are you generally a nostalgic kind of guy? Did writing this book bring out a nostalgic element in you at all?
No.
No?
It didn't. I'm not a nostalgic person. No, a lot of it I feel very different person, obviously, to when I was that young and stupid. But no, I feel very different now. So, and I look at the world differently and all that stuff. So I don't, no, I'm not nostalgic.
Yeah.
It's a short answer.
Was it a therapeutic experience at all, going back over some old issues?
It possibly was. It was a bit sort of therapeutic, I guess. Yeah, mad about it. I don't know. Maybe it's, maybe I'm just going to give up music now. I don't know. Perhaps I will. I have no idea. It was sort of therapeutic because I can see things more now. Since I've actually finished the book, I can actually see a lot more positive things about my father and things he did for me that I didn't really appreciate. But now, for some reason, after I finished doing it, I can. I can, and so nothing I can do about that now, but that's one of the things I've thought. Nothing else, really, no. I guess it was therapeutic, really. I don't know, maybe it means maybe it's a good way of stopping, I don't know.
Of course, it's not your first book. You've got some novels to your name as well. How important has it been? How important has it been to have that second creative outlet there for your writing?
Oh, well, it's been good because it's two things I like the most, music and books. So it's been pretty amazing. So, that I've been able to, just to stay alive doing that is pretty amazing. I can't believe I've done it.
Have the books helped your songwriting at all, do you think?
No.
No?
Not at all. Well, you get an echo on this.
Just a slight one, yeah. Now the book.
No, it hasn't really helped my songwriting. My songwriting's always been separate. I mean, they're two very different things.
Yeah.
I think.
Now the book title refers to an infamous gig the Sports had in New York, and a comment made to you afterwards by Billy Joel. Can you run us through that story? I know you've probably told it a million times. And is it funny to you now?
I think it's funny. The whole chapter's sort of funny. It makes me laugh. But that's just a bit of the chapter. Basically we were playing this make or break kind of killer gig at the top sort of club in New York, and it's packed, and there was, a couple of thousand people. Supermodels, tennis players, famous tennis players, Mick Jagger, A&R guys, newspaper people, blah, blah, blah. Billy Joel, because we were managed by Billy Joel's first wife. And he gave us a bit of a pep talk before we went on, and, it was a, huge thing. And I was, even though I'm always nervous when I play, I was even more nervous, and so I probably had a few drinks, and I did a really silly thing, which was that I veered from the song list and called out one other song, and only half the band heard me. So when we called the song in, half the band were playing one song that I'd called out, and the other half were playing the song that I was meant to be doing on the list. And it took us 4 goes to all start playing the one song. So being the singer out front of it all these sort of people, it was very, it's like, I never quite recovered from that. And, went back to the dressing room. We got through the set and we did it, and it was all fine and everything, but, I was just kind of like, oh my God, that's the worst moment of my life. I can't believe it. And then Billy Joel walks in and said, oh, no, it was quite good. It was quite good. Don't worry. It's, one time you'll be able to look back on this, Stephen, and you'll think it's funny. And that's when I said to him, will it be funny tomorrow, Billy? And he said, no, it won't be funny tomorrow, Stephen. And I said, will it be funny next week then, Billy? And he said, no, I don't think so. It won't be funny next week. And then I said, well, will it be funny next month, Billy? And then he'd had enough of me and said, oh, shut up, you big sook. I'm out of here. I'm going to the bar. And that's kind of where it came from. But, no, it was just sort of, it was, an embarrassing moment. Yeah. And we sort of, mucked up a very good chance. So that's where it came from.
Mm. If you could go back to those early days and have a chat to the young Stephen Cummings embarking on a career in music, what would you say to him? What would you tell him?
He couldn't tell the young Stephen Cummings anything.
Wouldn't be told.
What?
He wouldn't be told?
No, he was very much just doing what... following whatever wacky idea he had in his head, I guess. I don't know, that's what I think about it. Yeah, no, and look, to me it's kind of like, it's sort of funny. It's like a David Sedaris book or something like that. I think it's kind of funny. It's sort of sad and there's serious bits to it, but it's kind of pretty funny, and in some ways it's like, because it's like me a long time ago, and most of it is, and, I just feel a very different person.
I've read elsewhere where you've described yourself as a shy person in those younger days, so going into a career in the entertainment industry would on the surface seem like an unlikely choice. How long before you started to develop a stage confidence there?
Well, it comes and goes all the time. Sometimes I always get anxious.
Yeah.
I'm still anxious. I'm better at doing it now because I've done it so much. So I just set myself into a kind of put myself in a neutral space and just go. And try not to think. It's actually the most trouble when you play as a musician. The most trouble is that you be on a night where you're having a really good night, you'll suddenly think to yourself, fuck, it sounds great. And then you immediately forget everything. Forget what's coming up and make a mistake. But the whole thing is that now I'm very, I don't worry about it. I'm making a mistake now because most people don't notice. And but when I was younger, I'd agonize over it for ages. And, to me now that seems so ridiculous and indulgent of me.
Yeah.
But when I was there, I was just a very intense person, and I took every bit of it personally.
Have you ever pondered what your career path might have been had you not chosen music?
No.
No?
This is what I was meant to do.
Yeah.
I've done what I wanted to do.
Do you look back on those sports days at times and wish there were things you had have done differently?
Yeah, of course I do. But I'm not the sort of person to do that. And, the main thing I would learn from that period is not something I'd do something differently, or is just that I would now know or acknowledge that a lot of time chances, things seize the moment, because a lot of times good things don't necessarily come your way again that you would like to do or whatever.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
That's the main thing that I've learned. I think that when I was younger, I thought, well, everything sort of seemed to happen quite easily for me. So I just thought, it's always going to be, I'm always going to have lots of opportunities offered to me. But, there would have been really good things I could have done and I didn't. So I guess that's all I'd say.
Mm. The band had a fantastic reputation as a live act. Do you feel...
we were much better. We were a really good live group, that's for sure.
Do you feel it was ever captured to its best extent in the studio?
Well, I would say no, really, but I like the last couple of albums now. I've come 180 degrees, I think they sound pretty good and interesting. But we were just really good live because everyone could play really well. And we played a lot. And we were all really committed to doing it. So...
yeah.
I don't know if we ever recorded as well as we could have, as well as we were. We were a really good live band, and I guess a lot of people younger people don't realise that. I don't know.
I've only read an extract of the book at this stage. It covers the overseas experiences with the band. It doesn't sound like you particularly enjoyed that period. Did you go over there with particular ambitions and expectations?
No. I don't know. No, it's just I was someone. It's like I'm not sure really. No, I enjoyed bits of it, but I'm a sort of kind of person, who's always complaining. Nothing's ever right. I can't be. I can be funny, but I guess I was probably quite annoying then too.
Mm.
As I sort of probably was, so focused on making it sort of happen or trying to make it happen or something. I don't know. That's all I'd say. No, overseas is right. I know I should have been enjoying myself much more. I think it's idiotic now.
Mm.
I wasn't having enough fun. I was too serious about it all.
You cover your working relationship with Michael Goodin in there as well. And it seems like it was a rocky relationship at times.
Yeah, it was rocky, yeah. But but then I've since I've paid for him to make about 3 or 4 albums, so we get on okay.
Yeah.
But he was just he always wanted to have an act really big in America, and we almost did. We came very close to doing it, and also got a really big deal for us as well. And so he's always been a bit cross at me.
Do you think
what can I say? I mean, I never felt cross at him. Really? No. So, he's okay. At least he puts his money where his mouth is and helps Australian music. So, I like him.
You describe him in the book as not necessarily a nice guy. Is it possible to have the kind of success he's had in the industry and be a nice guy as well?
Yeah, totally impossible.
Yeah. Doesn't compute.
No. I couldn't say that.
Can you pinpoint a moment in time when you knew it was the end for the band?
We all sort of finished off like really quite friendly. So we just everyone got sick of it. We just got sick of touring, and Martin wanted to do other things, and Andrew wanted to play country music and country jazz, and we all just had we all just got really tired of it. We were playing live all the time for we weren't together that long for years, but we just worked really hard, and basically, we never really had we were sort of unmanageable. And pretty soon, I got sick of, you have to do a lot of driving and stuff, and I got sick of that really quick because I think, I don't have a car crash. So we sort of, a lot of our, we did all this playing just really to pay expenses and crap like this. I mean, in the end, we just all wised up, and at the last second, I sort of, which some of the others now would thank me for, I spat the dummy and said, no, I'm not going back to America. I want the rest of our money now. And so they were furious, but they had to sort of give it to us. So 3 or 4 of us anyway bought a house each. So they should be thankful to me now.
Yeah.
Because otherwise we would have fucking lost all that money. We got it, at least.
Yeah, you got it. You got something to show for it.
Yeah. Well, because of that, it's enabled me to kind of be more like do what I want.
Yeah.
Because I had a base to work from to start with. And I don't have lavish tastes or anything, except like reading a lot. But I'm pretty cash.
When you started making solo records, were you particularly conscious at all of making music that would be clearly distinguished from the music you'd made with the Sports?
Yeah. Yep. It just sort of went off. I didn't sort of play those songs for 20 years. Didn't play any Sports songs for 20 years. Actively. I wouldn't do them.
You've only just started including them again. Was there anything that triggered your change of heart there?
Oh, well, I just kind of thought this is stupid because I thought a lot of them are really nice songs and people have good memories towards them. But it was a good thing to do at the start, but then I just took it on a little bit too long.
Yeah.
So I could establish my own sort of different identity. But, it's because I'm not a very nostalgic person. But see, some of the songs now I just love playing because I didn't play them for 20 years. Well, other people like, say, James Rain or something, he's kept just on playing those same songs, a lot of them. And, he can get sick of playing it or get cross because he doesn't have, because he doesn't get to play new stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't mind. See, to me, it's all like, they're like new songs to me because I didn't play them all that time. So they've sort of stayed fresh with me. So, I don't know, yeah. It's pluses and minuses.
Your solo albums through the years have covered a good range of musical territory. Do you get restless at all if you stay on the one thing for too long?
Totally. Yeah, I'm just totally a music fan, and I just, explore every kind of avenue I'm vaguely interested in. And I just sort of do that, get interested in a certain thing and see how it works or see how you do that kind of thing, and then, that's how I sort of gone on. I just sort of followed my interests. Like, I'm still a music fan. A lot of musicians who've been musicians for ages don't actually play, or only if they're getting paid or something like that. But I can sit around at home and just play, just for my own pleasure.
Yeah.
I like music and I listen to records and stuff, albums or whatever. All sorts, like new, I've got a son that's 23 and one that's 11. So the one who's 23 is, he gives me downloads. When he comes to visit, he downloads heaps of things for me to listen to, of groups I've never heard of. So that's quite good fun.
Yeah.
You get to, he kind of knows what I like now, or he says, I think you'll like this. And, it's all stuff I wouldn't know. So it's good.
Of all your solo records, Lovetown seems to be the one that most people go back to. Was that a point in time where you felt you started to really come of age as a writer?
Yeah, it was. It was just sort of like a first kind of record that I thought I really kind of got it. Solo record, I got it together, and it was a good whole record. So yeah.
You're playing primarily in acoustic mode these days. Is that your preferred way of playing, or is that a financial reason behind that, or?
It's a mixture of both.
Yeah.
But actually, I do have a sort of kind of group now, the Spartans, with Billy Miller and Mark Ferry from the Models and Rockwiz and stuff, and Stephen Fidock, who's was a drummer with the Reels, and we've actually been playing a lot of shows together now, and I really love that. It's great fun.
Has songwriting got...
I'm back to having fun.
You're back to having fun.
Yeah.
That's good. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Has songwriting gotten easier for you as the years have gone on?
Yep. It has. It's I just sort of look. I'm playing the guitar a few hours every day, so I'm just always goofing off or putting little things down. You know, I don't even have a fancy recording thing. I just record straight into the mic at the top of my Mac computer.
Yeah.
Onto a downloaded 2-track onto GarageBand or something like that. One of those sort of things.
Mm-hmm.
And if it sounds good on that, just in that way, then it's kind of a good usually works as a good song. So, yeah, I just do stuff all the time, but only sort of pull it all together when I have to, when I need to do a whole album. So, I've still got my passion for music.
Fantastic. Before I let you go, Stephen, what's in the books for the rest of the year? You're doing the book tour circuit with this?
Oh, yeah, doing a bit of that just over the next few weeks, and then maybe in August or in Melbourne, I might do a special sort of like at some other sort of place. I might do a limited sort of like theatrical run of do one of the chapters of the book, the one with Billy in it, and wrestling Michael Goodin, and I do that as a sort of like goes for 60 minutes, and I do 10 songs and narrate the whole thing. It's quite funny.
Oh,
so I might do that. I'm not sure yet, and or else, I'm just going to start playing again. I'm going to play around when the weather gets a little bit warmer.
Fantastic. And if they were ever to make this book into a movie, who would you like to see play you?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Someone with a big following, so we'd make some money.
Yeah. Some distinguished grey-haired actor of some sort.
That's right.
Yeah.
I can go for a walk around the racecourse now.
Fantastic.
Where I live.
I'll let you go in. Thanks so much for taking time out for us today, Stephen.
Thanks very much for the interest and all the questions and stuff.
Congratulations on the book.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.